I'm just totally gonna do all my videos like this. My hair is a complete mess. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. It just helps me like not wear makeup. I'm only kidding. But anyway, I am going to react to a specific video that I found on X. Now, before I get into the video, I'm gonna throw it up so you can just watch it. And then we'll talk about it.
What's the most a man should spend on a first date?
I feel like if I'm gonna get ready and I'm gonna use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum, and that's like being nice.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
But aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no. No. I mean, like, I'm
How
here
is
to
it
get
different?
to know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200.
Yeah. Because
Minimum.
yeah. Because you
Just
invited
because
me out.
you have to do your makeup?
Because I have to. Okay, so we're gonna do the math. My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. My makeup, not included. So if I have to spend, that's my money. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm gonna use these products.
What are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use these products and I'm gonna show up because it's not like I'm gonna show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
Okay, there are so many things to unpack in this type of situation, in this actual video. So I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as I possibly can. One, in today's economy, you can easily spend $200 on going out to dinner. That is just a fact. I mean, not too long ago, I went out with my sister. We had, steak. We had some drinks. Easily came up to like $150, almost $200. So again, it's not, to me, the whole entire $200 thing is kind of very, I would say, just kind of like reasonable in the sense that if you live by the city, which we live by the tri-state New York City area, so yeah, it's kind of expensive. And from the video, judging from where it looks like it was taken, like Miami, I think it was, easily you can spend $200 at any kind of like restaurant. So I could totally get that's actually not even my biggest problem about the video. My biggest problem about the video is how, one, when she's approached, she's actually not defending like herself in a kind of, she defends herself in a very shallow way. And I'm gonna say it. Most girls, especially today's girls, are very, very shallow, materialistic, very, they think money and all that stuff is going to actually make them happy and all that. It's just not true. So when she brings up, the guy turns around and he says, well, the guy doesn't owe you anything. And she's like, he owes me a date because, I spent $400 on my cream, my makeup, and $300 on this and whatever the case may be. And he's in my presence. He's paying to be in my presence. One, that shows that she's a narcissist. I'm gonna be honest. It shows that you're a narcissist. If you think that you don't, if you think, honestly, that you don't come across as a narcissist by saying that just being in my presence, man, that's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. I wish girls would just get out of this and just like try to be show a little bit of humility. Just a tiny bit would go very far. Be more ladylike. not so, selfish, because that's exactly how it comes across. I'm so selfish. I'm so self-centered that I'm going to get dressed in creams and makeup and an outfit that looks like lingerie, and I'm going to go out and you're paying to be in my presence. What? Like, if I was a guy, I'd be like, what? Be in your presence? Bitch, you're in my presence. But that's just me saying that. So I kind of like feel that girls need to really take a moment to like self-reflect and find themselves and stop thinking of short term and start thinking of long term. Girls need to realize, and I'm speaking to all of you young chicks that I see on TikTok. One, you're not going to be young forever. Right now, you're in your 20s. You're thinking, oh, I'm in my 20s. I'm going to be partying and having all much fun. Look at me shaking my butt. Girl, you're going to be 30 soon. Because if you think, oh, I just turned 20, that hill goes so fast. And then by the time you're in your 30s, you're going to be in your 40s. And you're like, oh, no, that doesn't happen. Trust me, it happens. It happens. Any girl that has gone from their 20s to their 30s will tell you it goes like that. Any girl that has been in her 30s to her 40s will tell you it goes like that. Just whoop, right by. So, like I'm saying, and I hope that you take this advice like really serious, that you should be planning for long term. Long term. Having multiple partners is not cute. I know that there's a lot of guys that kind of like will walk away from the situation thinking, well, I really don't care how many partners she's had, but I am going to kind of be judgmental about this particular situation. But having multiple partners is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's not a good thing. I'm actually really disgusted by the amount of girls I watch on that whatever podcast, and I see how proud they are. No, you should feel shame. Sorry. That's not confidence that you're exuberating. It's disgustingness. You cheapen yourself when you're having sex with multiple people. You're cheapening your value as a human being, as a person. And you should value yourself more. When a man comes to have sex with you, when you lay down with your partner, it should be something that's special, not just a transaction. And I kind of feel that's kind of like where girls are right now. So maybe that's just an old-fashioned person like me. Hey, maybe I'm not cool like you girls, but I'm gonna offer you advice anyway. Stop acting like that. 1, y'all look stupid. 2, y'all look like hoes. 3, that whole entire conversation where she brings up about having makeup and doing this and doing that makes you look like a narcissist, makes you look selfish, makes you look dumb. I am saying this for your benefit because maybe you haven't run into somebody that has told you the truth. And the truth of the matter is, y'all look stupid. Y'all do. Y'all look like hoes. Y'all look like hookers. Y'all look like whores. And I don't want girls to be walking around looking like whores. So try to do better. Heed my warning. It might do you some good. Have yourself a wonderful, blessed day.